Book 6, Gallicus and Diomed, a story of Bellerophon, Hector, and Andromache. The fight between the Trojans and the Achaeans was now left to rage as it would, and the tide of war surged hither and thither over the plain as they aimed their bronze shod spears at one another between the streams of Simios and Xanathus. First Ajax, the son of Telamon, tower of strength to the Achaeans, broke the phalanx of the Trojans and came to the assistance of his comrades by killing Acamas, son of Eucerus, the best man among the Thracians. Being both brave and of great stature, the spear struck the projecting peak of his helmet. Its bronze points then went through his forehead into the brain, and darkness veiled his eyes. Then Diomed killed Axylus, son of Titharanas, a rich man who lived in the strong city of Erysipe, and was loved by all men, for he had a house by the roadside and entertained everyone who passed by. Howbeit not one of his guests stood before him to save his life, and Diomed killed both him and his squire Calesius, who was then his charioteer. So the pair passed beneath the earth. Eurylias killed Dressus and Opheliatus, and then went in pursuit of Aspius and Pedasus, whom the maid nymph Abarbera had borne to noble Bucolion. Bucolion was eldest son to Leonidon, but he was a bastard. While tending his sheep, he had conversed with the nymph, and she conceived two twin sons. These son of Mesiticus now slew and stripped the armor from their shoulders Polypotis, and killed Acilius. Odysseus, Piteus of her coat, insecure every time. Abellarus fell by the spear of Nestor's son Antilochus, and Agamemnon, king of men, killed Elatus, who dwelt in Pedasus by the banks of the river Sansiosus. Leatus killed Philocus as he was flying, and Eurybalus slew Melanippus. And Menelaus of the loud war cry took Agriastus alive, for his horses ran into a forest bush as they were flying loudly over the plain, and broke the pole from the car that went on towards the city, along with others in full flight. But Agriastus rolled out and fell in the dust flat on his face by the wheel of his chariot. Menelaus came up to him, spear in hand, but Agriastus caught him by the knees, begging for his life. "Take me alive," he cried, "son of Atreus, and you shall have a full ransom for me. My father is rich and has much treasure of gold, bronze, and wrought iron laid by in his house. From this store he will give you a large ransom should he hear of my being alive at the ships of the Achaeans." Thus did he plead, and Menelaus was for yielding and giving him to a squire to take the ships of the Achaeans. But Agamemnon came running up to him and rebuked him. "My good Menelaus," he said, "there is no time for giving quarter. Has then your house fared so well at the hands of the Trojans? Let us not spare a single one of them, not even the child unborn in his mother's womb. Let not a man of them be left alive, but let all in Ilium perish, unheeded and forgotten." Thus did he speak, and his brother was persuaded by him, for his words were just. Menelaus therefore thrust Agriastus from him, whereon King Agamemnon struck him in the flank, and he fell. Then the son of Atreus planted his foot upon his breast and brought his spear from the body. Meanwhile Nestor shouted to the Argives, saying, "My friends, renowned warriors, servants of Ares, let no man lag, that he may spoil the dead and bring back much booty to the ships. Let us kill as many as we can. The bodies will lie upon the plain, and you can spoil them later at your leisure." With these words he put heart and soul into them all, and now the Trojans would have been routed and driven back into Ilium, had not Priam's son Helenus, wisest of our birds, said to Hector and Aeneas, "Hector and Aeneas, you two are the mainstays of the Trojans and Mysians, for you are foremost at all times alike in fight and counsel. Hold your ground here, and go about among the host to rally them in front of the gates, or they will fling themselves into the arms of their wives to the great joy of our foes. Then when you have put heart into all our companies, we will stand firm here and fight at Nons, however hard they press us, for there is nothing else to be done. Meanwhile do you, Hector, go to the city and tell our mother what is happening. Tell her to bid the matrons gather at the temple of Athena in the Acropolis. Let her then take her key and open the doors of the sacred building there upon the knees of Athena. Let her lay the largest fairest robe she has in her house, the one she sets most store by. Let her moreover promise to sacrifice 12 yearling heifers that have never yet felt the goad in the temple of the goddess, if she will take pity on the town, little wives and little ones of the Trojans, and keep the son of Tydeus from falling on the goodly city of Ilium, for he fights with fury and fills men's souls with panic. I hold him mightiest of them all. We did not fear even their great champion Achilles, son of the goddess, though he may be as we do this man. His rage is beyond all bounds. There is none can vie with him in prowess. Hector did as his brother bade him. He sprang from his chariot and went about everywhere among the host, brandishing his spears and urging the men on to fight, and raising the dead cry of battle. Arion they railed, and again faced the Achaeans, who gave ground and ceased their murderous onset, for they deemed that someone of the immortals had come down from starry heaven to help the Trojans. So strangely had they rallied, and Hector shouted to the Trojans, "Trojans and allies, be men by my friends, and fight with might and main, while I go to Ilium, and tell the old men of our council and our wives to praise the gods and vow hecatombs in their honor." With this he went his way in the black room of hide, and then I went round his shield to beat against his neck and his ankles. Then Gallicus, son of Hippolochus, and the son of Tydeus, went into the open space between the hosts to fight in single combat. When they were close up to one another, Diomed of the loud war cry was first to speak. "O my good sir," said he, "who are you among men? I have never seen you in battle until now, but you are daring beyond all others if you abide my onset. Woe to those fathers whose sons face my mind, if however you are one of the immortals, and have come down from heaven, I will not fight you. For even valiant Lycurgus, son of Dryas, did not live long when he took to fighting with the gods. He it was that drove the nursing women who were in charge of frenzied Bacchus to the land of Nisa, and they flung their Theresa on the ground as murderous like Barbarius, beat them with his ox goad. Bacchus himself plunged hair-stricken into the sea, and Thetis took him into her bosom to comfort him, for he was scared by the fury which the man reviled him. Thereon the gods who live at ease were angry with Lycurgus, and the son of Cronos struck him blind, nor did he live much longer after he became hateful to the immortals. Therefore I will not fight with the blessed gods, but if you are of them that eat the fruits of the ground and draw near and meet your doom. And the son of Hippolochus answered, "Mighty son of Tydeus, why ask me of my lineage? Men come and go as leaves year by year upon the trees. Those of autumn the wind sheds upon the ground, but when spring returns the forest buds forth the fresh vines. Even so is the generations of mankind. The new spring up as the old are passing away. If then you would learn my descent, it is one that is well known to many. There is a city in the heart of Argos, a pasture land of horses called Ephyra, where Sisyphus lived, who was the craftiest of all mankind. He was the son of Aeolus, and had a son named Glaucus, who has father to Bellerophon, whom heaven endowed with a most surpassing comeliness and beauty. But Protus devised his ruin, and being stronger than he, drove him from the land of the Argives, over which Zeus had made him ruler. For Antia, wife of Protus, lusted after him, and would have him lie with her in secret, but Bellerophon was honorable.